the owners of Georgetown Cupcakes, Katherine, Kallinis, Berman, and Sophie Kallinis.
No, you don't get another one.
And today they are going to share the recipe for the Irish Cream Chocolate Cupcakes. And these are perfect for St. Patrick's Day. So welcome to our kitchen.
Thanks for having us. Yeah,
How did you get started doing this?
It was actually our Greek grandmother who was our inspiration. We used to bake with her growing up. You know, we were little girls. We followed her around the kitchen. And, you know, we learned to bake from her. We wanted to open a bakery one day and use her cake recipes. And it's funny because our parents, who are also from Greece, told us people in our country are trying to get out of the bakery. You guys are going backwards.
But did you, this was your dream? You weren't doing anything else before this?
We were. I worked in finance and Katherine worked in fashion, but ever since we were little girls, we always said, one day we're going to open a bakery together. But Katherine said, our parents were like, no, you're going to go to college and work for big companies. And they were very much, exactly. And so we were afraid to do it. And then finally, we got to the point where we said, you know, what are we waiting for? Do we want to spend the rest of our life wondering what if? And so we just quit our jobs, and our parents freaked out. They thought we were crazy.
Well, how scared were you?
It was very scary.
Yeah. It was scary. But we're sisters, and we're doing it together, so we're each other's support system. And it all worked out. We're having a blast.
Okay, so let's continue with this blast, because today you're going to make this incredible cupcakes, and you're going to give us some secrets on how to make nice, airy, fluffy cupcakes, and also secret to a frosting.
Exactly. So in my mixer here, I have 1 stick of butter, and I'm going to add 1 1/4 cups of granulated sugar.
You're going to mix that up for 2 to 3 minutes, and this is actually a really important step in baking, because when you're creaming together your butter and sugar, what you're doing is you're creating air bubbles. All the sugar is cutting into the butter and creating little air pockets, and so that's what's going to make your cupcakes fluffy and rise in the oven. And so what you want
You can't overmix during this step.
Yeah, you want to make sure you cream it together really well till it's light and fluffy. And after you cream together the butter and sugar, actually it's looking really good.
Yep, it's going to make some fluffy.
But don't you have to really do it in real life for 2 or 3 minutes?
Yes.
And you do want to do, and you can never overmix at this stage.
Yeah, most people will stop there because it's incorporated, but the secret is to keep going.
Keep going.
Okay.
The more you,
until it's light and fluffy, and you'll see that's getting nice and fluffy right now.
Okay.
What, Mark?
No, I keep going until...
Okay.
So it's light and fluffy, And you can't do this step for too long. If you go longer than 2 to 3 minutes, it's okay.
Okay.
There's certain parts in baking where you don't want to overmix. This is one step where it's okay to go a little longer.
Now, incorporate...
When I was younger, my mom baked a lot, but she would always let us lick the thing.
We're guilty of
We'll let you do that.
And it hurt so much because she would never turn it off. I was hurt on the...
Okay. All right.
Now we're going to turn this speed on low, and we're going to add 2 eggs, 1 at a time.
Now, why do you add it 1 at a time?
Because we created all these wonderful little air bubbles in the butter and sugar, and we want to be very gentle with our batter. So that's why Katherine turned the mixer on low now, and we're going to keep it on low speed.
And you want to wait till it's fully incorporated.
Okay.
Before you add the second one.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know. It's like add 2 eggs 1 at a time, and there's a method to this madness.
You don't want to put too much pressure on your batter and collapse everything. And so when we do this part, we're going to add the dry ingredients now. We've got 1 1/4 cups of sifted all-purpose flour,
1/4 teaspoon of salt,
and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And I'm going to add 1 1/4 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract to 1 cup of whole milk. And if you want to save some calories, you can always use skim milk. It'll be totally fine, too.
It'll still come out nice and puffy and creamy?
It'll still come out good, yeah. I mean, we like to use whole milk. But,
Okay. All right.
Okay, and so we're going to add the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients a little by little, a third at a time.
Why do you do that?
Again, we're going to try to be very gentle with our batter, and so that we don't put too much pressure. Because if we put it all in at once, all we're going to do is flatten it and collapse all that air we just put in.
And don't the glutens just like all come together and make it a tougher pancake? Cupcake?
Yeah. And if you wanted to make these cupcakes gluten-free, you could substitute all-purpose flour for a gluten-free flour.
And you just want to scrape down the sides of the bowl, too, every once in a while. And this is where you really want to mix it on stir speed, the lowest speed.
The lowest speed.
So this is our last of the flour.
Yep.
Exactly. And then the last of the milk and the vanilla. That looks great. Smells delicious.
It does already.
Yeah, there's something
Now, I know you have a secret ingredient for this besides our chocolate. Let's talk about the kind of quality of chocolate you put in.
Yeah, in our bakery, we love using Valrhona cocoa. It's a cocoa from France, and it definitely makes a huge difference, the type of cocoa that you do use.
Yeah, so use your favorite brand, and if you can splurge a little bit, we always say splurge on using really good butter, because butter itself has a taste. We like to use a European-style butter.
Unsalted or salted?
Unsalted. And we like to use Valrhona cocoa, but if you have a favorite brand, then definitely use that. And then our secret ingredient to make them special for St. Patrick's Day is our Irish cream. Yeah. And you can make it alcoholic or non-alcoholic.
How do you make that? Is this is Irish cream right here?
Bailey's.
Yes. Okay.
That's a non-alcoholic version, but you can use the alcohol. And I think the ones you guys have may have alcohol in them here.
You know, Mark does. Oh, you can get it. It's already put together.
Exactly.
Oh,
it's basically, Irish cream is Irish whiskey and some cream and a little hint of coffee.
Love that.
All right. The batter looks great.
Now,
we've got some here.
Okay. Now it's all done. You're going to show us how to put them into the
and we have it. Yep. And right here, Katherine, we have it in a bowl ready to go. And so, Katherine, do you want to show? She's the master scooper.
And so what you
how do you get it so you don't drip everywhere?
Right. And it's great. The ice cream scoop is a perfect tool because you can make sure that every cupcake comes out the same size.
So yeah, just use an ice cream scoop at home and put it in.
Just make sure that it comes up to the top.
Yep. And then we're going to bake these in the oven.
Look how perfect you did that.
Yep. For 18 to 20 minutes. Katherine, I think they're got some ready to come in the oven.
Okay. Put this over here.
We've got that. Yep. Here we go.
So I'll leave them here. And I've got some here that we're going to frost.
Yeah, let me have that because we're going to frost those, right? All right, or take this over here.
Ridiculously good.
And we've got some frosting already made here, and we actually, this is our vanilla cream cheese frosting that we've put a hint of Irish cream, and we have the recipe also on the Home and Family website too.
One more question. How important is it you let it sit for a few minutes before you take it out and let it sit on a baking rack?
Yes.
How important is that step?
They're still baking in the pan because the pan is hot. So it's important to leave it in there for a few more minutes because it is still baking inside the cake.
And then, but to cool it on a baking rack, is that important as well? Because it looks like you did that for a reason.
Exactly, because you can get airflow underneath and it helps cool it a little faster.
Okay.
And so for the frosting, we've got it made here in our mixer, and it's a super easy recipe. The key to making a really good frosting is when you've got all the ingredients mixed for 3 to 4 minutes, mix it up on high speed for another 3 to 4 because that is really going to make it airy and like a cloud, really
looks
fluffy.
like a cloud.
So that's the trick. A lot of people at home, you'll mix it up and it looks like it's done, but you're not going to get that really it's like almost like having a pillow on top of your cupcake. You really want to go that extra 3 to 4 minutes.
Oh, it's the pillows that Kim licks off. You have 4 of them?
No, I don't. I was taking them home to friends.
You're taking the two friends.
Oh my gosh! So show me how to do that. The professional look.
At our bakery, we frost all our cupcakes with a signature swirl. So you're going to grab your piping bag.
Wait, one question.
Yes.
If you wanted to, can you put something in there like a Reese's peanut butter cup or some?
Or stuff. Exactly.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
And you just need an apple core. Just core the center out, eat the center, and you can fill it with caramel, fudge, peanut butter, anything you like.
Amazing.
So you're going to start in the middle. You're going to go all the way around in a circle and come back down in the middle with a burst of pressure.
Start in the middle.
Squeeze, even pressure.
Around,
oh my gosh,
and then
great.
back down in the center.
Middle,
Boom.
burst.
There you go.
Well, it's not as good as yours, but I'm going to try again.
You keep practicing. I will tell everybody for more information to order their delicious cupcakes. You can go to GeorgetownCupcake.com. By the way, this recipe available on our website, hallmarkchannel.com/home and family.